just like the Jets. The Jets almost won. Mm-hmm. It's hard to win the NFL. Now you run cover zero, all-out blitz, Hail Mary situation against the Raiders. You know, with a guy who runs a 4-3 at wide receiver and really not putting your corner in any position at all, and actually leads to your firing the day after you make that decision, which, by the way, congrats to Gregg Williams getting an early head start on a vacation.
Yeah.
He was going to get fired.
Good boy, Gregg.
Rex Ryan went on an electric rant about him this morning, calling it the stupidest play call he's ever seen. Been around the game 50 years, been coaching for 30. That's the stupidest play call I've ever seen. Respect to Rex Ryan for saying that. Everybody that I've talked to that's been around the NFL on the defense side of the ball said it was the dumbest thing they've ever seen in their life. I'm like, yeah, but if he gets him there, he's a hero, right? They're like, not really, because you watch it and you're like, a pass interference could happen because you got these corners all singled up. There's just so many things that could go wrong. There's no reason to be, you're up 4, so they need to score a touchdown. There is no reason at all to be doing what you're doing. Everybody said the same thing. It's Gregg Williams' ego saying, hey, this is what we are. We're an aggressive defense. We're going to go win this thing right now. It was like, if you win in general, I think everybody would be pretty pumped over there, especially the group that has been losing and losing and losing and losing. Gregg Williams gets fired today, this morning. He's now on vacation. I don't know if he's going to get a job again. He'll probably be consulting somewhere with a bad defense soon.
Yeah, and it's not like he's got a lockdown corner out there. He's got the number 1 overall wide receiver in this draft going up against someone who was undrafted. Not that there hasn't been great undrafted players, but like, it's just an absolute wild decision.
It was tough. But if he sacks Derek Carr there, everybody talks about, you know what? They went and got it. Mm-hmm. They went and got it. But then you talk to people that know defensive football, and they're like, they shouldn't have. That was a dumb decision. And Emmanuel Ocho was saying they were trying to lose. Gregg Williams was trying to lose. You think Gregg Williams gives a fuck if the Jets get Trevor Lawrence next year? No way. He knew he was gone. That was Gregg Williams trying to be like, this is what a Gregg Williams staple defense does, which I guess go down guns a-blazing. Somebody tweeted out this morning that if that's the last time Gregg Williams ever coaches, if his final play was an all-out blitz in a Hail Mary situation, he'll take that every single time. I'm like, a pretty legendary way to go down, I guess, just fucking losing when you shouldn't have. I guess that is another way to frame that. What were you going to say, Connor?
I mean, like what you just said, at least old Gregg went out on his terms, bringing the house, losing the game. It's kind of a Cinderella story for Gregg Williams when you think about it.
Do you think Gase even knew what happened? Like, do you think someone else had to be like, hey, Gregg called zero coverage, so you may want to talk to him about it and potentially fire him?
I don't think Gase gives a shit
Nah,
either.
fucking bring the house. Yeah, go get him.
Bro, Gase, that whole place stinks, dude. That place stinks. What are they doing?
They're
losing.
Yeah, they're taking.
Gregg Williams made the best call in defensive football history. Darius, you can start.
Hey man, it was obviously horrible. They canned him already this morning, so maybe that was his plan. Maybe he wanted to get fired. But as far as a lot of people were saying, he was tanking. Coaches don't tank, players don't really tank because nobody's going to hold over a 0-16 or 1-15 DC, and obviously they let him go. But horrible call, even worse execution.
I think I saw you say, or I don't know if it was somebody from your podcast, the Man to Man podcast. I don't know if it was a guest or you. Like, even if that call comes in, like from the headset, that's what we're going to do.
Oh, that's getting checked.
Yeah, that has to, right? You said that on the field, somebody should be an adult and say, nah, okay, no, we're not doing that. We are 13 seconds away from our first dub here. They need to score a touchdown. This would be, is that still your thought? Was that your thought? Did you tweet that? And how often would that be actually like happening in the NFL right now?
I mean, you got to go rogue at some point, but it depends on who's relaying the calls on your defense, right? So a lot of times if that's a veteran linebacker, that's getting a call, AJ gets that call late in the game, and he kind of makes it and relays it to the other guys, no, check, go mayday, whatever your, go-to call that everybody knows. Every defense has a quote-unquote mayday call that's kind of like the safe call. Get in that, GTFB, get the fuck back. And come on, man, you don't, I'm not playing coverage 0 with fucking no timeouts. That's ridiculous. We got to check out of that.
AJ, were you the guy that got the headset thing into, and did any of those situations ever happen?
Yeah, I wore the headset, throughout the different times of my career. But yeah, a big chunk of it, that absolutely happens. Also, your headset cuts off at 15 seconds on the play clock. sometimes, guess what? These coaches don't have a call to you, so you have to make the call yourself. Like you're looking, I'm standing there in front of the D-line, everybody, they're freaking out naturally because you don't have a call yet. I'm just like, all right, guys, hold on. So sometimes you just have to go ahead and make it and pull the trigger. If it looks like the offense has come to the line of scrimmage, you don't have a call. You make like that's when you get to make a call you like. That's when you make the call with inside backers if you're the guy doing that. But yeah, there's been times I know we've had a game one time we were trying to shut a team out or beat them. I think we were up by a touchdown, and this was early in my career, and we were calling in some kind of quarters or something that put us on an island a little bit. And I remember as I'm giving the call to the defense before I finish, multiple D linemen and all of the DBs. No, and everyone's freaking out on me, and I was like, I get it, guys. Check Tampa. Let's go. Hey.
We all right. We all wrong. We all right.
All right. This is what I'm thinking, boys. Listen, remember, we're going to go quarters. All right, let's go ahead and everybody like, oh, fucking take that clap back, pal. We are not. There ain't no ready break on that. We are not ready breaking on that. No way. That is hilarious to think about that happening because you hear about quarterbacks, obviously. And Aaron said a couple weeks ago, joking, that he will every once in a while just act like he can't hear what LaFleur is saying and then go for his whole thing. And then sometimes it does get cut off. And he was just joking about his relationship with LaFleur. And obviously the media was like, oh, Aaron is refusing to. And it was a joke.
Yeah.
But
I got a question for you, though. So if it's for teams, because we obviously have that great fake punt we ran. Yeah. So you get that call coming in. You guys don't have the leeway to G-check that and be like, all right, we're not like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I had that pull. D-butt, please. Thank you. Supposed to score a touchdown against Pittsburgh on a fake field goal. Had to check out of it because Troy Polamalu was standing there, okay? Also, Houston Texans onside kick. I checked into that whenever there was something going on.
I remember that.
I mean, so there was a couple things like that. And also, we can check to punt to a different direction if you got two returners back. And let's say Tyreek Hill's on one side and any other human on earth is on the other side. It's like, yo, we are going that way. That is where we are headed. So there's a couple of those checks, but not like game-changing stuff like you guys have to deal with. That's wild. And is the secondary getting the play call from the linebacker as well, or is normally that a sideline hand signal?
So some teams do it differently. Like if you're in like a 2-minute drive or something that's super fast paced, some defenses will have a guy that's signaling to the DBs. So everybody does it because you're not huddling, obviously. But 9 times out of 10 it's coming in from an LB, and they're just relaying it. And we just, once I hear the call, I just tell the person next to me, and it's usually the last person to get the call is the furthest corner away from the home sideline or your team sideline. But most teams comes through a backer and it relays throughout the defense.
AJ, weren't you a mute? How were you doing that in college?
Well, in college, you don't have at least I don't think they have speakers now. They didn't have speakers when I was playing, so they were relaying it into me, and then I'm relaying it to the defense. I mean, yeah, I like I said, yeah, I was somewhat of a mute the majority of my life, but I could get in front of the team, like in front of the huddle during a game, I could speak. I'd be fine.
Huh. It's interesting. So you just chose not to speak to anybody but your teammates. That's what I'm learning.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, we were all of us, working together towards one common goal. Like, I had no problem with those guys.
Darius, aside from obviously that call, which captivated the world, Gregg Williams has now been fired. Rex Ryan said it was the stupidest call he's ever seen in his 50 years of football existence or whatever, which is hysterical. That's a long time.